Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and today I'm back with another Say Cheese Christmas for my Christmas in July. I pulled out the whole picture sketchbook from Scrapbook Generation, and I'm going to use sketch number 15. These photos are not Disney photos. I had actually pulled out an Echo Park collection to use with these photos, but I looked through that collection multiple times and I just didn't love the collection. I really thought that there was a lot more candy cane in that collection, but there just wasn't. So I went back to the Simple Stories Say Cheese collection and thought, you know what, I could probably pull in enough of the non Disney stuff to make it work because there was several candy cane pieces like this stripe paper that I hadn't even used. I was very sad to use this green polka dotted paper as well because the back of it had that really pretty castle with the fireworks and I wanted to use that. Sadly, it does not get used. I use the green polka dot side instead, which I love that color green. I think it's just a really pretty Christmas green. I cut out the candy cane stripe paper and I did use my border punch to add a border to that green polka dotted paper. And then I, of course, pulled out this pink paper again. I think I have used almost an entire sheet of pink paper. This is really all I have left. I've used it on all of the layouts that I have created so far with this collection. That pink just brings in all of the tiny pink pieces that are in this collection. The sketch also calls for a piece of paper at the top, so I added the candy cane stripe paper up there as well. These photos are of Eli and I at our Christmas photo session. We did not do this setup. This is the same day that we did a Christmas tree farm setup, and she usually has multiple setups in the same location. And this was more of like a candy cane hot chocolate bar type thing. As we were leaving, I asked if I could take some selfies over there because she was not currently using that setup. And she said that was perfectly fine. So these photos were taken with my phone, not a professional camera. But it was such a cute setup. And Eli was all into it by picking up the drink and then pretending to drink it. And then that smile for the photo at the bottom is just so cute. He's just so precious in these photos. What I decided to do was add a selfie of myself over on the far left, and then a selfie with me and Eli. And then the photos starting from there transition along the layout. So the first one is of him drinking the hot chocolate, and then the photo on the right is him picking up the drink, and then him looking at the drink, and then him pretending to drink the drink. So it kind of gives you a progression as it goes along the layout. I can't believe that I have given you guys 7 days of Christmas in July. When I had this thought, which was probably like at the middle of June, that I should probably do something for Christmas in July, I was like, I can do 7 days. And I love all of the layouts that I got completed in these 7 days. I'm not a big person on scrapbooking in Christmas. I just don't always get in the mood of scrapbooking Christmas. But I feel like this is something that I could probably continue of doing some type of Christmas in July in the future as well. Because I was able to really get some layouts done. And in December, there's just so much going on that it's hard to scrapbook. In December, I don't tend to get a lot of scrapbooking done. So this was another way for me to get some layouts done without necessarily scrapbooking them in December. And I have a ton of photos, so I haven't really scrapbooked a lot, obviously, and that has left a lot of holes in my layouts. One of the things that I also realized was that the majority of the paper that I have, I don't like. I had a lot of Echo Park collections that I'm not a fan of. I've really kind of moved past Echo Park and moved into more of Simple Stories and Doodlebug. So that just means I have to go shopping for some Christmas supplies. I'm hoping that the collections that come out this year are super cute and I can find something that I really enjoy. So now that I've gotten all of the photos and the papers down, I start to work on these banner strips that are at the bottom. So the sketch basically calls for these 4x6 photos at the top. And then I put a 4x6 photo down because that's all I had, but it actually calls for a 6x4 photo. And I feel like it would have fit a little bit better over there, but I love the way that this came out. I pulled out that word paper. That's one of my favorite papers from this collection. It has all those fun words on it. And then I did pull in some Doodlebug petite print. I pulled in the swimming pool color in the linen paper, and I just had some scraps of that and I made it work. So I stretched it behind the photo. You can see there where I've just cut it out so that it fits right behind the photo. And I made it look a lot longer than it actually is because of the way that it fits on the layout. It spans both the left and right side of the layout, and it also goes underneath that photo, and I just have a little bit peeking out on the right hand side, so it makes it look really long. I did put the photo of Eli holding those candy canes up on Fun Foam, and I just love that photo of him. That smile that he has, he's just such a handsome kid. These photos are a couple of years old. I don't have the year on it. I need to add that. But he looks so different in these photos than he does now. And then I also pulled out a black piece of paper in the floral. And at first I was like, I don't know about the black. There are some black polka dots in that green polka dotted paper, and then there's some black accents. But I think because I added it in the floral, it really did bring in kind of that Christmas vibe. Again, I just have one strip of 12 inches. The floral paper is 1 inch wide and then 12 inches long. And I just stretched it across the layout underneath my photo to make it really stretch and look longer than it really is. I pulled out this chipboard boy that is holding some presents and added him over to the far right hand side. I also have just some random stickers that I have picked up over the years for Christmas. I feel like a lot of the Christmas colors just always go together. I found a sparkly candy cane and added that to the right. I then added a chipboard piece that came from the collection of a Christmas tree that says having a very, very Merry Christmas. And I also added a cup of hot chocolate right next to it. I then added another cup of hot chocolate in the green as well as another one in the red. But then I didn't like the way that the green looked, so I went ahead and pulled both of those up and just left the two red cups. I added this word cheer from the embellishment pieces, and that's going to be part of my title. And then over in the far right hand side, I added a word sticker that says dressed in holiday style, because he's definitely dressed up in his blue long sleeve button down shirt. That is not something he wears on a regular basis. I used some of the foam adhesive from scrapbook.com. I recently picked up the 1mm and it was a mistake. I normally pick up the 2mm, but that was before they started doing the in sizes. Like they used to be just one size, and now they're available in 1mm, 2mm, and 3mm. And when I put in my last order, I just assumed that the 1mm was what I usually use, and it is not. It's really thin. So I will use it. I'll just double it up or add it to additional pieces. It did come in handy for the dressed in holiday style, because when I put the older foam adhesive that I have, it was just a little shorter than the fun foam that I used. So adding that 1mm foam strip underneath it made it the exact right height. For my title, I'm going to use these Simple Stories tile stickers to spell out the word Christmas, and my title is going to be Christmas Cheer. So what I decided to do was use those 1mm foam strips and double them up. So I just added one to the back of the word Christmas, and then after I got it all together like I wanted, I added a second strip and doubled it up. So it made it 2mm high like the other ones normally are. I got the word cheer down and then added the word Christmas right above it. And then going back into the embellishment pieces, I pulled out these candy pieces. They look like Christmas candy. I don't know if there's actually a real name for them. Like, is there really an actual different name than Christmas candy? But it's the like rectangle pieces of candy that's kind of looks like a candy cane, but it's just rectangle pieces. I've always called them Christmas candy. So let me know in the comments below if it's does have an actual real name, not just Christmas candy. I also added another candy cane over there and then a peppermint piece, and it is glittery as well. Then I added a peppermint piece over to the far right hand side behind the boy with his presents. Over on the right hand side cluster as well, I added another one of those Christmas candies, and then also a teacup because he was drinking hot chocolate out of a cup, so I thought that was perfect. I also pulled out my color boxes in red pink and blue, and added some enamel dots, stars, and hearts to each one of the clusters. And then I have this wood piece from Ellie Studio that says, "Oh, what fun," and added that to the cluster on the left. And I felt like I needed a wood piece on the right, so I pulled out my wood box and added a wood heart. And then that is it for this video. Here is my final layout as well as some close-ups. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this 7 days of Christmas in July. I hope that you enjoyed all of these Christmas layouts that I was able to bring to you during this time. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.